have a conversation. Good afternoon once again. I mean, we've always agreed that the local government has been the most, and they are really not effective because they believe that all they have to do is say yes sir to the governor and everything will go well. So we've not seen so much creativity, and not just in revenue, but we've seen, the governor or the state government control these local governments. And apart from building 1-2 small structures like markets and all of that stuff, we've not seen local governments get so creative in the local government administration. And so some people celebrated in the month of July when the Supreme Court gave that judgment that the monies meant for local government should go directly to the local government. Now, at the time, there were arguments by some governors that it's not possible because there is Jack and there is all of that. Now, we had several lawyers arguing on both sides of the divide. However, this is December the 17th, 2024. The year is almost coming to an end. We can argue it's been about 4 months after that judgment, and yet local governments are still not getting their monies directly. And I want to get your thoughts. And it brings us back to the conversation we just had with the issue of INEC, and we're wondering, is it that our laws are so impeccable, our laws are so wonderful, so perfect, so good, but we just have a way of making things go bad. We just have a way of making things go wrong. Is that the case? Is that the situation? And then we're looking at it. We're looking at, could it be the Electoral Act is so great? And then when you now think of it, and then you come to this conversation that we're trying to have, there is the Supreme Court judgment, and we can say that becomes law. But why is it so difficult for local governments to get their funds directly? What are the pros? What are the cons? We've talked about all of that. But we've seen maybe the politicians themselves try to circumvent or look for loopholes in the law. Just like with the Jack situation, we understand that over the years, the politicians have used loopholes, to circumvent the system. We know in Anambra, they made certain laws passed by the House of Assembly there to ensure that they find a way around local government funds going directly to local government. I think also it's a situation in administration. For instance, according to report, 2 billion has gone into local government administration this year collectively. Now, can we say that the amount of development, the amount of innovation, the amount of growth, societal growth in the local government is commensurate with the over 2 billion naira that has gone into local government administration? So I'm going to read 2 articles, and then I'm going to go to the phone lines and get your thoughts, because this is really instrumental. I do understand that if we can get it right at the grassroots, imagine the grassroots begin to form cooperative industries, cooperative industries where people come together in clusters and they're able to build an ecosystem where needs are met, economic needs are met. Do you know what will happen? How it will help boost revenue for the state, and then it will then translate to boosting revenue for the country in general. But we have the habit of getting from the top to the down. Anyways, let's read. I'm going to read 2 articles, like I said, and the first one I want to read is the one that talks about the fact that there is the possibility that the local government funds currently can change the lives of the people in that local government and cause massive development. I'm not the one who said it. It is the Algon Secretary Abubakar. On the Punch, it is captioned LG funds enough to address grassroots development. You'll find it, I think it was published on Sunday. It was interviewed on Sunday. And so the Secretary General of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, Mohammed Abubakar, spoke with Daniel Ayantoye on the delay in the direct payment of federal allocation to local governments. And then in that piece, he talked about how the monies that go to local government are enough to make the country better. I remember the other time I told you that some local governments are getting as much as 300, is it million? It's 300 million a month. Some are getting as much as 500 million a month. What can we do with these monies? I remember asking, like, aside paying for salaries every month. But then let's now look at this other story. Still on the Punch newspaper. Council autonomy, Algon Nolge Keek as governors get 2 trillion naira. I thought it was billion, my apologies. 2 trillion naira local government allocations. Now, the Federation Account Allocation Committee disbursed a total of 2.08 trillion naira in allocations to local government councils between July and December 2024. 2.08 trillion in 4 months, thereabout, or should I say 5 months. 2.08 trillion. Can we say in the past few months since July that once again the economic growth, the developmental growth is commensurate with these amounts spent for local government administration across the nation? Is it enough? So, is it that the politicians do not want our laws to work for the interest of the people? Is it that the politicians are not for the interest of the people? I mean, why go to the Supreme Court to interpret how the situation should be if the governors will still get the monies directly? Is it because there is now a political arrangement to say, you know what, pay it to the governors? Is it that, the people were never in the consideration of these very issue even before they went to court? Was it a political statement? Was it, a show of political might? What was it exactly? And why do you think, officials and members of the Association of the Local Governments of Nigeria and the National Union of Local Government Employees, the landmark Supreme Court ruling directed that funds meant for LGs should be paid directly into their accounts, bypassing state governments in an effort to promote autonomy and to ensure that the funds allocated to local governments were properly utilized? Nearly 6 months after the judgment, the federal government had not effected direct payment of allocations to the local governments as directed by the Apex Court. Now, the Punch reported that the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, said the federal government was yet to commence direct payment to the respective LGs due to some practical impediments. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Practical. I wonder what that means. I mean, that's a new terminology for us, I guess. Practical impediment. So it's not practical, they say, to pay the money directly to the local government. So I want to get your thoughts, really. Is this a victory? I don't know how you're seeing it. Is this a victory for our development, for our growth? Because some have said if you give it directly to local government chairman, the local government chairman will become lords or Lord of Ajasa and will not be able to get across to them. And it will cause some kind of a problem, because we'll now have 2 lords in the state, a local government chairman and a governor. All right, let's get your thoughts after the commercial break. We do have a commercial in a bit, and after the commercial, you and I will talk. But hopefully, I'd like to get your thoughts and how you are looking at this. Is it that these people never really make laws in the interest of the people, or they make the laws just for lawmaking's sake? Will it ever be for the people? And what do you make of these practical impediments? Is it also for the people? I'd like to hear your thoughts because you are the people, and how are you reacting to this? I'd like to know. To stay tuned. Welcome. We're taking a look at financial autonomy for local governments, and the fact that about 5 months later, thereabout, we're still yet to have that judgment actualized, practiced in Nigeria, and we are being told by the finance minister that it is practically maybe I should say the way it was reported. There is a practical impediment. I was going to say practically impossible, but a practical impediment as of now. So it can't work practically as of now. And I'm wondering why is it so? So are laws made for the interest of the people, or are the laws made for the interest of politicians? And would these politicians, will they ever allow these laws to benefit the people? 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. And WhatsApp number for WhatsApp messages 0809-0306-416. All right. I also would like to use this opportunity to wish Abigail Spech. Is it Spech? Abigail Spech. Okay, so I would like to use this opportunity to wish. My goodness, what's happening to me? I'm off color today, and I do not know why. But yeah, I would like to use this opportunity to wish Abigail Chinedu, Oracle's wife, a happy birthday. God bless you, many more blessings, and I wish you all the good things of life and plenty health. That being said, let's get to the matter for today. I've got Christian from Benin. Christian, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
All this simply tells us what is happening at the top of our government. Okay. The governors are the ones who must have given instruction for this money not to be released. Because
why do you feel it's the governors?
Yes, listen carefully. I'm going somewhere. Some of those local government chairmen, you see, got sponsored. They were sponsored by the governors, and they know that they want their money back, or what they've agreed before they became local government chairman must be fulfilled. I am not just talking, but I have known, and I have this, it has been happening before they even promulgated and made that law. That is why it is difficult. And if you listen to what has been happening from the utterance of the Senate President, you know that this country is compromised, completely compromised. We've mortgaged ourselves. We don't have men of integrity who can stand and say this thing is wrong, and it's not being done. It is a taboo. This is where I stand. The truth that such things never existed in their own dictionary anymore in this country. That is what is killing us. Indiscipline. Nothing else. They made a law. Release this money. They find it difficult to release. Why? Simply tells you that they are interested in that money.
All right. Let's go to another caller. Christian is saying indiscipline is the reason why. But do you agree? Do you agree with Christian? Do you think indeed it is practically impossible for the now? Maybe later it will be practically possible. But looking at the structure as it is practically impossible for local governments to have their money sent to them directly. I've got Ezekiel from Ubumini. Ezekiel, welcome. What is on your mind? Talk to me.
Good afternoon, Canada, once more.
Yeah, talk to me, Ezekiel.
I think, Canada, according to the last speaker, I think the politicians, especially the ones in the top, the governors, senate, reps, specifically the president, they are the ones telling the junior followers, as per se, on what to do. That is why it was difficult for them to agree on this particular autonomy. because they know what it is to lose the part of their state allocations. That is why it is very, very hard and somehow uncomfortable for them to release the money for the local government chairman. I don't know if you are understanding my point.
I'm listening as I can.
Yes. So that is that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to this call 92.3 Nigerian for your name, your location, please.
Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, greetings.
Okwando Obina is my name.
All right. Welcome, Okwando.
Yes, I stand to disagree with people who are saying that if they are being released to local government, that you have two laws in a place and there will be this and that. That is very, very unacceptable. As a matter of fact, what is the reason for the establishment of local government? Bringing governance to the doorstep of the people.
Okay.
I am telling you that the reason why there is so much hunger, poverty, squalor, and lack of infrastructure in this country is because the local government are not working. They can't afford to the bank. If you give this money to the local government, there will be more development in the grassroots than what we are seeing today. The governors who are, taking this part of this money, what are they using it for? Using it for the or the things are going.
Sorry. The network is terrible, but I mean, I've got to let you go. But I think you were asking what are they using this money for? The state governors, of course. Why can't they let the monies go direct to the local government? I've got JJ. I've got JJ from Port Harcourt Township. JJ, welcome. What is on your mind? The line's here.
Kalada. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, JJ.
You see, our people say something.
Tell us.
That it was the bomb that pollute, and it is the air that received the knock. That's exactly what is happening here. It was the what do you call it? The federal that took the governor to Supreme Court, right? And they said they won the federal. Now, how did the governors now come in and be the ones now that is stopping the transfer of money to local government? The same people who lost are now the people being blamed for not transferring money direct to the local government. Canada, how do you check that? So I think people are just blaming the governors for nothing.
So you're saying the
I'll tell you an instance.
Wait. Let me get you correctly. You're saying the governors should not be responsible. I mean, they're getting the monies directly. So
are they not the ones that lose?
But they're getting the monies, and so people are not questioning what really are they using.
To the money to them.
Okay, all right, okay.
Is it not the federal government that took them to court? So if you know you will continue to pay the money to them, why did you take them to court in the first instance? They lost. I'll tell you an instance. Some people, let me call it some people, went to court. First of court instance for that matter, and they said there should be no allocation to River State. Did they pay the money? So why are they selecting the highest court of the land that said, don't send this money this way, pay it this way?
All right.
And suddenly people are now blaming the same people who lost that they are the ones
I get you
that are not paying money. Are they paying to themselves?
All right. Okay.
So for me, as far as I'm concerned, those who went to court, it's like they are regretting now. Because rain not the fall for one person roof, it's now falling everywhere, and they don't even know how to go from where they are right now. It should be shame on them, please.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I've got Kelvin from Egbeda. Kelvin, welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Carter. Well, I'm angry for all I heard about the state government, how to say the poor.
Sorry, what did you hear exactly? What did you hear? I hope we're talking about the same thing.
What I heard is that the money that are given the local government chairman for allocation.
Turn off your radio, Kelvin. It's noisy. It's noisy, please.
The money is enough to treat the poor.
Oh, of course, it's enough to change situations.
Because if when we're complaining about the onion costing 200, 500 naira, it's because of the situation. I think the local government chairman, even the state government chairman, the state governor, and the president has enough right to import for us the agricultural concept, food, and other things in the state local government. So if we the farmers have our own production, we have to make it increase also because
Kelvin, are we talking about the same?
So
sorry. I wonder if we're talking about the same thing. So I've got to let you go, Kelvin. Really, I'm sorry for that. But let's go to the WhatsApp message while I'm waiting for phone calls to come in or come through. This one says, I can tell you that local government chairmen are still in control of the governors because they are under the control, I think you meant to say, because they are more or less appointed and elected. Okay. This one says the federal cabinet level of the government are not yet serious in making a final decision about the local government saga. It won't cost the FG anything to write a bill to the National Assembly by separating that so-called joint account between the state and local government. This one says I've always known when it was passed that it will end in the trash bin. We as a country always like to throw money at problems thinking that will solve the problem. We have not defined their responsibility and roles. Is it when they have more money that they will be responsible? I don't think so. And would you not local administrations are therein? I mean, the constitution is very is very profound on what the roles of the three tiers of government and the three arms of government are. I've got Evans from Port Harcourt. Evans, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, Canada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I think that, first and foremost, let me not believe that the reason why federal government went to court on this local government autonomy was because of River State crisis. But that's by the way.
You're allowed to think the way you want to. If you think so, then you may be right or wrong. I don't know. But yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, but I think that if federal government went to court for this purpose of disbursing or ensuring that various local government has their allocation, they should also do the same thing they did with the state government, where every state accountant or accountant general of each state comes to collect allocation. So as a matter of fact, in my own opinion, I think that they should do their best to open accounts for all local government councils to disburse their money directly to them than passing through the state government. Because if they continue to pass through the state government, some governors will not release the exact amount to them, the exact amount to their LGAs.
Okay.
So they shouldn't be crying at this point. They should do what is needful by paying directly to the local government. And that will, end the whole crisis. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, what's your name, please?
My name is Lawson. I'm calling from Yenegua.
All right, Lawson, welcome. Let's talk.
Canada, sometimes you should also tell them now, local government autonomy, they've been fighting for autonomy for as long as one can even remember.
Okay.
Even when the former FCT minister, in his time as the local government chairman, he was in the forefront of fighting for the autonomy of local government. You should tell that caller. So I don't know. You just you allow people to progress in error. Why?
What do you mean? I should have told the caller. What exactly? What did the caller say?
The federal government went to court because of the state. He was saying that.
No, I said it's entitled.
Free to think.
No, it's entitled to his opinion. Whether they went there, I do not know why.
You said. I know, but
once again, Lawson, why the federal government went to court, I'm not in privy of.
It's not federal government, the local government themselves have been struggling for this.
Of course, but who went to court? Lawson, let's not derail. The federal government went to the Supreme Court, asking the Supreme Court to interpret. That's what happened. And if he feels that they went there because of whatever interest, it's none of my business. It's entitled to his opinion, and that's what it is.
Well, I don't know, but that is not the case.
All right, then.
See, the truth of the matter is that the governors don't want local government to be free.
Oh, really?
The governors have been the stumbling block. See, The governor, that's why it is about the law. They have to go back to the National Assembly to come with now in that constitution. Local government is stepped under the residual list. Where you look at the power list, you have the exclusive list, the concurrent, and the residual, and in that residual is where you find the local government. And that residual is where state government have powers to make laws. So whether you like it or not, local government is under the state government. So for me, we have to do this, and it will be difficult because the senators, the House of Rep members are all sponsored by the governor. And what the governor wants, they do what the governor tells them to do. That's why it has been difficult for the local government to be freed. I don't blame them. The local government is the tier of government, and they have their statutory functions clearly spelled out.
All right.
So for me, I think that if until the local government is freed from control, we are not going to see the best of local government. Government controls those, state government controls those funds. They give them, sometimes they can take all, and they give them very little, but the chairman can't even come out to speak because whether elected or appointed, the governor has a hand in their emergence, all of them.
All right then. All right.
So we'll do the right thing. Go to the back to the National Assembly and change the law.
All right.
And that will end everything.
Thank
Solution to this whole problem.
All right,
and
Lord.
free local government from the hands of governors. They control local government. They control they control the state assembly. They control the state judiciary. They control the state INEC.
I mean, Lawson, if you were the governors, would you want to relinquish such powers like you've described? I've got Big Sam. Big Sam is calling from Ogupolo, I believe. Big Sam, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, I want to contribute concerning the local government issue. One thing is that there is a joint account. If only the local government will have their own account, so that the money will come directly to their account, to their own account, all these matters, this matter will be settled. So long as they are still using the same account with the state government, and that is where that's just where the issue is coming from. So let the local government have their own account, so that the money will be paid into the account.
So let me ask you a question, Big Sam. Do you think that's something that can be described as practical impediment? How difficult is it for a government to open an account? It's the local government, for crying out loud. Is it supposed to be that difficult to open an account?
To open an account is very simple. Yeah, I don't know why they are just doing it. It's a very big thing. Let the local government have their own account.
All right, then.
So the money will be paid directly to the account.
All right, but then the Lord does say that the state government will be the one to open an account on behalf of the local governments. It's really complicated indeed. Maybe there are some complexities that make it very difficult, for it to be practicable. But I've got to go. I would entertain more calls. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003 and 0817-923-0007. What say you about this? And I've got a very interesting question I'm asking. Is it that our laws for the interest of the politicians, like someone defined it, democracy for the politicians, by the politicians and of the politicians, or is it for the people, by the people and of the people? I've got Prince. Prince is calling me from Abalama. Prince, welcome. What's on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Yes, Ogami, this local government autonomy, you see that there is no law that is above Supreme Court in the land of Nigeria.
Okay.
When Supreme Court has given judgment, what is the next? Is to reinforce that judgment. The president intervened and said they should give them some time. Supreme Court said at 30th of October, every state that did not conduct local government elections will not get the allocation.
I hear there was no time limit. That's what the Attorney General of the Federation did say. There is no time limit. So I don't think 30th of October was the timeline.
It's okay. Now, then, when the Supreme Court has given judgment, which other thing we're supposed to follow? Is it not to implement the judgment?
Indeed it is.
So why are they still suffering the local government by not releasing money direct to them?
All right.
The federal government has a game that they're playing, not state government. You cannot play state government.
Right.
The federal government are serious because they are the people who prosecuted this matter. And they are the people who won. The state government lost. When you give me something, as I am now, if you give me something that I should hold, I will not release it to another person. It will not work now. Until you who give me the authority said, release this thing.
All right.
So that is why we are suffering. The local government are suffering like this.
All right.
If not, we are getting enough money. So with the local government workers are even suffering because of not releasing of the money to them directly.
Okay, so that means you are asking for the monies to be released directly to the local government administration.
Released directly to the local government. Did you know, for example, River State, our promotion up to 9 months has not been, our areas has not been implemented because they are not giving them enough money.
All right.
The state government will just bring out money for them to pay salary and do minor projects.
All right then. All right, Prince, thank you. I've got to go. But I mean, there is the argument that even the monies that go to the local governments are not enough, because a lot of them have got very huge wage bills. I've got Bright from Rumadumaya. Bright, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Thank you, Canada.
Welcome.
When we talk about local government, the fault is not really from the local government. We will talk about from federal to state. The reason is that the federal, are they doing the right thing, what they are supposed to do? Coming down to state, are they doing the right thing as in what they are supposed to do? You cannot tell me to go left while you are going right. The federal government naturally are not sincere. Okay, just like the government in power, they also have governors that control some of the local government resources in order to empower their own people, as in to gain political grant. You understand? That is why at the end of the day, when they enforce it, those people you believe in or you are hoping to support you, maybe when the election will come, also have to play their own part because they control their own resources. And it comes to local government are being selected, not elected. So how will the chairman, speakers, when you know that you cannot be by when you speak out tomorrow morning, they will stop you from entering government house, as the state government house. So these are the reality. The federal government needs to stand firm without corruption. Then by then they can force the state. The state will also stand firm without corruption. They cannot force the local government. At the end of the day, everybody must know where his or her right for. Then we do the right thing to the people.
All right.
This is just the simple thing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your thoughts, Bright, from Rumadumaya. It's almost time for another commercial, but I'm going to read this message from Owanate Clinton West. It says, the financial autonomy to local government council is a good step because local government is the closest government to the people. But Mr. Batua, do you know that the new minimum wage of 70,000 naira local government staff have not received? Let Governor Fubara and Norgay executives do something positive before it's too late. Owanate Clinton West with that one. This one says, what is the federal government that took the state government to court? The state government took the federal... Okay, you're asking, was it? It was the federal government, of course, who took the state government, all 36 of them, to court to ask the court to interpret, what is in the Constitution. I've got to go for a commercial. When we do come back, it will be time for the news update. Just stay tuned.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria.